Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a deep work class without any equipment to help you work towards a stronger and flatter stomach, but not in a way you might expect it. Before we jump in, I just want to say that this is not your typical abs workout, and frankly speaking, abs have absolutely nothing to do with having a flat stomach. So it doesn't matter how hard you train or how much the burn you feel during your abs exercises. One of the key factors to have a flat stomach is a proper spine alignment, or at least working towards it, so eventually you can achieve the desired look. So if you're open to doing things differently, let's begin. We are going to start on the side, so I'm gonna lay on my right side. My right forearm is down on the floor and my legs are bent. So what I want you to pay attention to is that your feet, your tailbone and your right elbow, everything is aligned, okay? Imagine that you're laying against the wall. At the same time, with your right forearm, you're pressing away from the floor, that you don't let your shoulder collapse into your ear, okay? So our neck is long, we have decent space between your ear and your shoulder, and our ribs are closed, okay? So what we're going to do now, we're just gonna breathe into our stomach, expanding our rib cage on the right side, the side that is close towards the floor, okay? So as you're going to inhale, you're going to relax, expand your rib cage, sink in, and then as you exhale, let all air out from your belly, and then bring your stomach back to the center, at the same time pushing away from the floor with your forearm, okay? Again, you inhale, expand your ribs on the right side, and as you exhale, you bring everything back to the center, and then keeping your spine nice and long without arching your lower back. We have 3 more times here. Inhale deep, expand your rib cage sideways. As you exhale, bring everything back towards the center. 2 more. Inhale, expand your ribs, sink in. As you exhale, bring everything back to the center. Imagine like you're zipping up the tight jeans. And the last one, inhale, and as you exhale, bring everything back, close your ribs, and then keep your spine nice and long. All right, now you're gonna slightly move your feet behind you, that your thighs align with your torso. What we're going to do, again, pressing against the floor with your forearm. Now you're going to inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you press your shins against the floor to lift your hips up, okay? Again, your spine is long between your head and your pelvis. You have one straight line, and then again, inhale, you come back to the floor, exhale, lift everything up, keep your ribs closed. Inhale, touch the floor, exhale, bring everything back to the center. Your neck is long, you don't have wrinkles on any side of your neck. You keep pressing with your right forearm against the floor, and then slightly touch the floor with your hips as you inhale. Exhale, bring everything back up. Don't lift your hips too high, because what I don't want to see is then you go in collapsing into your spine and into your chest, okay? So your hips not higher than your waist. Inhale, touch the floor. Exhale, lift everything up. Your spine is super nice and long. Again, inhale, touch the floor. Exhale, lift everything up. We have 3 more here. Inhale, exhale, bring everything back to the center. 2 more. Inhale, touch the floor with your hips. Exhale, press your shins down against the floor. And the last one, inhale, and exhale, collect everything back to the center. And one more exercise here on this side is going to be clamshell, but not a traditional clamshell where you focus on your glutes. Here we're going to be focusing on your core, okay? So what you're going to do, again, your legs aligned with your torso, you have nice straight line. You're pressing with your forearm against the floor, and now inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, press with your right shin against the floor to lift your hips up and bring your core back to the center without focusing much on your upper leg. So your upper leg doesn't have to go high, it can stay pretty neutral. Inhale, touch the floor. Exhale, press the right shin against the floor, and your right forearm is pressing against the floor as well. Inhale, relax for a second. Exhale, bring everything back together. Inhale, exhale, bring back to the center. Again, inhale, touch the floor. Exhale, bring everything back up. 5 more. Exhale on the way up, core tight, and then you keep your ribs closed, you keep your spine neutral, you don't arch, but at the same time you don't tuck your pelvis in. So your pelvis is in neutral position all the time. Have 2 more on this side. Inhale, touch the floor. Exhale, lift. And the last one, inhale, exhale, bring everything back to the center. All right, now let's switch the side. So we're going on the left side, left forearm down. Check that your feet, your tailbone and your left elbow, everything is aligned. Your ribs are closed, okay? We're not arching on our lower back, but at the same time we're not bending where our ribs collapsing into our hips, okay? So spine nice and long, with the crown of your head you reach in one direction, with your tailbone looking opposite direction. So what you're going to do is inhale into your left side rib cage, open up your left side ribs, and as you exhale, bring everything back to the center, press with your forearm against the floor, lift yourself up a little bit, hips staying on the floor all the time. Inhale, open up your left side ribs, and as you exhale, close everything back to the center. Imagine that when you exhale, that you put your ribs down into your pants, close towards your hips, okay? Again, inhale, open up the left side rib cage, exhale, close your ribs. Again, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, open up your left side, exhale. Beautiful. And the last one, inhale, sink in, and as you exhale, bring your stomach back to the center by pressing your left forearm against the floor. So now slightly move the legs behind you. Your body is a straight line, your thighs and your torso. And then what you're going to do, you're going to inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you lift your hips up, keeping your ribs closed, not arching in your lower back. Inhale, touch the floor, exhale, lift. Again, inhale, slightly touch the floor, exhale, press with your shin against the floor and with your forearm against the floor to lift yourself up. Again, inhale, tap the floor, exhale, bring everything back up, core super tight. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. 5 more. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. We go 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. And the last exercise for this series is going to be the clamshell. So remember, your legs aligned with your torso. You keep pressing with your left forearm against the floor, and now inhale to prepare. As you exhale, press with your left shin, the lower leg on the ground, against the floor to lift yourself up. That's gonna initiate your hips to open, and then inhale, close. Exhale, lift. Inhale, close. Again, exhale, press the left shin against the floor, and then close. Focus on your deep core muscles here. Don't think about your glutes. Don't think about lifting your upper leg high. Just focus on using your obliques and deep core muscles in order to lift your hips off the ground. We have 4 more. 3. Exhale, 2. Last one. Beautiful. We're going to switch the side again. This exercise is good for the mobility of your rib cage and your pelvis. That's going to help you achieve that spine alignment. That's going to create that nice desired look you want to have. Okay, so look, this is what we're going to do. We're laying on the right side now, right forearm against the floor. Your heels, tailbone and your elbow, everything is aligned. Your left arm going behind your head. What you're going to do, you're going to rotate your chest, okay? As you inhale, you're going to open up your left knee, and with your left elbow, you're going to reach to the corner of the room. You're going to reach to the front and the diagonal corner of the room without collapsing your collarbones. And as you exhale, you're rotating your chest in the opposite direction, closing your knees together, opening your feet. So as you inhale, you lead with your elbow, keeping your back nice and long, your spine is nice and long, you're not bending anywhere, you're just rotating your chest and your pelvis in the opposite directions from each other. And then you close your knees, you open your chest towards the sky. Inhale, chest goes towards the floor. Exhale, towards the sky, knees together. Inhale, twist. Exhale, towards the sky. Again, inhale, lead with your left elbows. Left side of your back is long now. Exhale, open up towards the sky. We have 3 more here. Inhale. Exhale. At the same time, keep pressing with your right forearm against the floor, that your right ear doesn't come close to your shoulder. And we have the last one. Inhale, elbow reaching forward in a diagonal. Exhale, open up towards the sky. And now we switch inside. You're laying on your left side, left forearm is down. Check that your heels, your tailbone, and your left elbow, everything is aligned. Right hand goes behind your head. As you inhale, you're gonna open up your right knee, and with your right elbow, you reach to the front corner of your room. As you exhale, you rotate your chest towards the sky, close your knees together, lift your heel up. Inhale, elbow reaching far and long, without letting your collarbones collapse, and then open towards the sky. Inhale, reach. Exhale, rotate to the sky. Inhale, to the front corner of your room. Exhale, rotate. Keep going. You should feel nice stretch in the right side of your back when you turn your chest towards the floor. At the same time, your left shoulder is not sinking into your left ear. We have 3 more here. Inhale, reach with the elbow far. Exhale, rotate to the opposite direction. Inhale towards the floor. Exhale towards the sky. And the last one. Beautiful. And we have 1 more exercise in this series. This exercise is one of my favorite because it provokes your core by moving your arms and legs in the opposite direction, and it's very effective. So what we're going to do, I'm going to stand my right leg, the left leg comes out to the side, pretty straight, your toes looking straight ahead of you, okay? So make sure that your ribs are closed, you don't arch in your lower back. I'm going to show you sideways. I don't want to see you arching in your lower back, or I don't want to see you tucking your tailbone in. So you're keeping your pelvis neutral, ribs closed, okay? So from this position, what we're going to do, arms out to the side, and as you inhale with your left arm, you're gonna cover yourself and reach right to the side, and as you exhale, you're going to use your obliques to bring your torso back to neutral, okay? What I don't want to see here is you bending over and doing the shift in your chest, okay? I want you to keep this side between your left side hips and your left shoulder as long as possible as you reach down towards the floor. If you can touch the floor, you can put the yoga block or some books on the floor that helps you to keep your side nice and long, but I don't want to see this shift, okay? And as you exhale, you bring everything back, starting from your left side hips and obliques to the center, okay? Inhale, nice and long, cover yourself up with your left arm, and as you exhale, nice and slow, without using momentum, you bring yourself back to neutral. Again, inhale, reach over, left side as long as possible. You're going right to the side, you're not going forward, okay? You're not bending back, you're going straight to the side, that your right hand on the floor aligned with your right knee. And as you exhale, use your left side obliques to bring yourself slowly back to neutral position. Again, inhale, reach, nice and slow. Exhale, from your left side obliques, one vertebra at a time, you bring yourself back to neutral. Again, reach as you inhale, as you exhale without using momentum, you bring yourself back up. 3 more. Inhale, long, reach. Exhale, everything back. And the last one, inhale, keep your left side long, exhale, come back to neutral. We're switching sides now. You're gonna be standing on the left knee, right foot on the side, toes are looking straight ahead, okay? And check that your left knee is aligned with your foot. So your left knee is in the middle of your right foot right now. Again, ribs are closed, pelvis is in a neutral position, neck is always long, okay? Neck is a part of your spine. It's moving in the same direction as your spine is moving. So arms to the side, inhale to prepare and cover yourself with your right arm as you reach over to the side. Your left hand gonna be aligned with your left knee. And as you exhale, using your right side obliques, from your hips, you bringing yourself back to neutral position. Okay, this is very slow movement, and the last thing I want to see is just you coming up so quick up. Okay, you're going inhale as you reach over to the side, and as you exhale from your stomach, you bring everything back to the center, closing your pelvis, and your pelvis is aligned with your shoulders. Okay, so your hips and your shoulders have one long square. Inhale, reach over. Exhale, press your right foot against the floor. It's gonna help you to find that balance. Again, inhale, reach over. Right side is super long. We're not collapsing in our rib cage. We're not bending over too much, okay? We just keep it nice and long. As we inhale, exhale, bring everything back to neutral. 4 more. Inhale, exhale, slow, slow, slow. Beautiful. 3 more. Inhale, right side rib cage very long. Exhale without using momentum. You bring everything back to the center. Inhale, exhale, come back. And the last one. Inhale, reach nice and long, cover yourself up with your right arm. And as you exhale, you bring everything back to neutral. Okay, this is it for today. Let me know in the comments how you feel after this routine. And if you want to see more workouts like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.